That knows Michelle and I, and Rick, you know this best, I think, probably, and the people that have been around me, is that we have a really incredible son who is an incredible hero. And he has taught me many things in my life, particularly in the last several years. And he and I have had a lot of discussions about this, but one thing he's always taught me about is courage. He has said, he has taught me never ever to be afraid of anything. Anything. The other thing he's taught me, he says, is to never ever quit. He's told me, he says, no matter how bad the day is, how bad things are going on around us, in the end, anywhere, that tomorrow brings another day, and we just have to have the courage and strength to get through the next day. So with that, I'm going to try to address some points. We got a call a few weeks ago, and I came back from exercising one evening, and as I came in, Michelle said, Joyce Schulte called and told us that we are going to be recognized by the Hardy Bell Award. And I said, wow, Joyce, is Joyce got a problem? Why is she calling us? He says, no, we're going to get the Hardy Bell Award. And I said, a champion award? We haven't done anything this past year. Why would we get, she said, Hardy Bell. That's when I started to cry. I know the people who've been recognized for this award, and I never, ever, ever had thought about this award, never thought that I would be considered for this award, nor was it ever a motivation for me to get this award. Now, Michelle, on the other hand, I thought has deserved it for years, and I didn't understand why she hadn't gotten it yet. But for me, I truly didn't know that. I did not understand that. And we are a team. And I'm so happy to be up here sharing this award with her, who supported me in everything I've done and supported you in everything she's done. And I will say that she is a 51% in any decision that goes on at the end. I'm going to try not to drag this out, but I just got to tell you this story. In 1996, we bought a 3-room, non-existent bed and breakfast in Annapolis, Maryland. And the only good advice I got from the owner was to join PAII. We joined PAII, and we went to the first PAII conference, our first PAII conference, and it was in San Antonio, Texas. And when Joanne Bell, a lady that I'm extremely passionate about, and Pat Hardy, another one, got up at the opening ceremony at that conference, they lit us on fire. It was the first 5 minutes when we had Kool-Aid, and we were ignited, we were on fire, and we were ready to go. And by the end of that conference, we went up to Joanne, and foolishly enough, and said, we're ready to go out being innkeepers, and we're ready to help you and serve with you in any capacity we can. She didn't forget, apparently. It was her who called us to do this. I had the opportunity to serve on the PAII board for 7 years. I also had the opportunity to serve on the PAII board with every single PAII board member who's ever served on the PAII board, with the exception of the one I replaced, and I touched the 3 that they bought to replace me. And I always get a kick out of it. They know this. But I would like to read their names. John Shirey, Hugh Daniels, Michael Mason, Deb Mosman, Pat Hardy, Joanne Bell, Betty Gladden, John Felton, Wendy Tamiso, Peter Blobwitz, Anne-Marie DeFries, David Heiler, Joyce Schulte, Christy Rossett, Liza Simpson, Carol Edmondson, Amy Smith, Steve Hyatt, Lynette Schofield, Catherine Wright, and Peter Sharp. These people, every year, give at least 10 days of their time. 10 days at a minimum of their time. They spend between $2,000 and $4,000 of their money every year to support this organization. That comes out to $25,000 a year, 70 days. That comes out to $275,000, 770 days of volunteer service that these guys have given. They have served responsibly, with enthusiasm, honesty, dedication, loyalty, transparency, and a complete understanding of their fiduciary responsibilities to everyone, and a total dedication to you all as PAII members and innkeepers to our industry.
Amen.
The advisory board, anywhere between 15 and 18 people who travel entirely on their own nickel. PAII gives them nothing, and they probably give about $1,500 a year apiece to travel to a 3-day meeting, and then they have calls. That's another $15,000 a year and another 45 days of their service. Other volunteers, and these volunteers are important. This recognition, Michelle and I cannot. I have to share it with them. I have to share it with all the volunteers. We couldn't have done what we like to do and are passionate about without all the help. And the conference volunteers. And I think there was a slight oversight, but Scott and Marilyn Bushnell, are you here in the room? Scott and Marilyn Bushnell of the B&B team were, I think, accidentally left off the other day, and I'd like to recognize them. They've been volunteering for years, and they're volunteering for this conference, and they're avid supporters of this community. And also Liza Simpson, who's our little short whip who I think is gone, has already headed home, and she was a volunteer, so thank you. But then it goes on to the introducers, the program planning committee, the committee of 100, the task force members, and the forum people. And I'd like to just try something. Can I first get all previous board members to stand up? I just want to show something here. Can I get the advisory council to stand up? How about anybody that's ever volunteered at a conference? How about anybody that's ever been an introducer? How about anybody that's ever been on the planning committee? The committee of 100? Any task force? Anybody that's ever posted on a forum? I saved you so last you'll blend in, they'll never know. Stand up. I want everybody that's ever posted. You contribute, you give things, you help, you mentor, and you say things. We might not all necessarily agree. Stay up, please, because I want to show you something. Anybody that's ever been a presenter? Please stand up. Any of the vendors, please stand up. These are the people that have kept this organization alive and kept it going and contributing to all of us. And what I would like to do, I would like to add anybody who's ever been a church volunteer, a CDE volunteer, you are all important to this community and you should be standing, and I know you will be here for us. So thank you. That's a lot of people for an organization, and more importantly, that's a lot of people for an industry. Over the last 7 years, I've been coming to this conference, and when Joanne and Pat left, I was really concerned because, like I said, every year they were able to light me on fire and ignite us. 7 years ago, we had the opportunity, we hired Jay Karen. And when I came to the first PAII conference, a little bit skeptical of the guy that we just hired, and in the opening ceremony, in the opening comments, he inspired me. He lit me on fire. He's passionate, and I want to make sure. And he always has kept the torch burning. And I want to thank him for all the service he's given to this community, and we love him very much. I also know that one of his greatest contributions to us is this wonderful staff that he's given us, and these great people, and it's grown. You know, in my time, when I served with Michelle, Brooke, Ingrid, and Isabel, and I've learned to love them and care for them, and be able to just enjoy being around them. And I want to thank them, and I want to thank the other people, the other ladies and guys that have been on the staff for the years that appreciate them. And I particularly want to point those four out. I'm not trying to slight anybody, but they were the four that have always been with me. This conference, it's kind of been a wet blanket thrown on it. I'm tired, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, I'm mystified, and I think I said sad. Excuse me, but I will probably read. We have learned a great deal here at this conference. I have new ideas, new tools to work with, and new friends. We have bonded even closer with our old friends, and love you all more. We must inspire and mentor all of our new friends and our new innkeepers. This we can take away from this show. This continues to motivate us. We all are innkeepers. This is our industry. Innkeeping is our industry. And we will leave here to serve, to mentor, to volunteer, and to be the best innkeepers that we can possibly be. We leave here with courage. And tomorrow, we will start again. We love you, and we respect you all for what you do. And thank you for this incredible recognition of this honor. Thank you.